Let's jump in with a question straight away. What do you call this? I've always known them as flower frogs, but I've recently discovered that when they were originally manufactured, they were known as flower blocks. Hello there, my name's Julie from Julie Davis Flower Workshops and Flower Start, the online flower arranging classes. I've got a vast collection of flower frogs, well 3 actually, and I have been doing a little bit of research to find out more about them. Do watch on to the end of the video because I'm going to show you how I arrange flowers in my flower frog. Spoiler alert, you don't have to aim all your stems into these little holes. I picked this flower frog up from a recent charity shop haul a few weeks ago. And this flower frog was a gift from my husband for Christmas. Not only did I get the frog, but I got a glass container to put it in and a little pedestal stand as well. The whole lot cost £15 from a local vintage shop. And it was only when I was washing up my flower frog that I turned it over and read the little back stamp. The back stamp has got a number on it. It's 7830/1910, and if the internet can be believed, that dates my flower frog at any time from 1910 to, I think, possibly right up to the 1930s. And from the patent, I was able to discover that this flower frog was manufactured by George Davidson & Co. And that's when I discovered that it was called a flower block, and in this case, a domed flower block because of the raised shape. Apparently these blocks range in size from about 2.5 inches to 10 inches. I'm not quite sure what that is in centimetres, but mine does bear the number 4 on the back, which means it's 4 inches wide, which is 10 centimetres in diameter. And this kind of glass is referred to as cloud glass, and as you can see, it's a lovely amber shade. To be perfectly honest, I'm not quite sure whether I like the design of the dish with a little pedestal. I think possibly it just looks a little bit dated in my mind, but I'm certainly a convert to the glass flower frogs. In fact, I prefer calling it a glass flower block, I think. And they're commonly called flower frogs because, just like real live frogs, they're found in water. I'm certainly going to add flower blocks onto my thrifting list that I keep on my phone. And like everything, the more you get to know about things that are vintage, the more intriguing they become. I'm particularly taken by the fact that they are quite small and easy to store. But the problem if you keep everything in the cupboards is you don't actually ever get to enjoy it. So I have been playing around with the idea of using these little holes, not only to put my flower stems in, but to use them to store my scissors so I can keep my scissors out on display so they're purposeful and functional, but also look pretty as well. And also perhaps to use it as a paperweight or even as a pen holder. Whereas the plain glass flower frog I thrifted a few weeks ago is very similar in design to my amber glass, my cloud glass is slightly flatter. But flower blocks or flower frogs come in all sorts of shapes and sizes. This glass one here has got like a little funnel on the top with a large opening in the middle and then smaller openings around the outside edge, which fits snugly inside this little windowsill vase. The key difference between flower frogs and using flower foam is that with a frog, your design will become more open, more loose in character, and you will have to use your stems as they naturally fall. And I think probably that was why flower foam was so popular when it was originally invented, because it really did stretch the bounds of artisticness in floristry design. But these days we're going back to the old ways and try not to be so reliant on single-use plastics, which of course flower foam is. If you're used to arranging your flowers in flower foam, it takes a bit of getting used to when you use a flower frog. Find that your designing is going back to a more naturalistic kind of look. You won't be able to hang, for instance, a flower stem upside down that's coming from your flower block because of course you do need to keep everything in water. I'm filming this in January, so I've hardly got any flowers or greenery in my garden, but I have been out into my garden and I have picked some ivy, I found some decorative conifer, a flat form conifer, and also some beautiful marbled leaves, which I believe are Arum Pictum Italicum. So I have cut the stems straight from the plant and just let them rest in water until I'm ready to arrange them. And then what I'll do, my next step then, is to set up my 3-part dish with the pedestal plate, the round bowl and the flower frog, and fill up my container with water. So if you are arranging flowers in this way, because you've got water slopping around in your container, there is a danger that you might dribble your water if you're arranging your flowers near your kitchen sink, for instance, and then you're going to display them in another room in the house. So it's probably a good idea if you arrange your flowers in situ. So if you know you're going to have these on your dining room table, set yourself up there, get a jug of water, and then fill your container up from there. So you will just need to make sure you've got a tea towel or a hand towel to hand, just in case you do get any spillages. And of course, make sure you've got a rubbish bag with you as well. Otherwise, you'll be walking on bits of stem and leaf for the next couple of days. What I like to do with my flower arrangements is start off with my greenery and just to get an outline. How wide do I want my arrangement to be? How high do I want it to be? And because I'm filming this in January, I haven't got any fresh flowers, but as you'll see, by using lots of contrasting foliages, you can still create a really beautiful arrangement. I do hope you've enjoyed the video. Let me know in the comments whether you're planning to go foam free with your flower arrangements. And if you know more about my flower blocks than I do, I would really appreciate it if you'd shared your knowledge in the comments underneath this video. That's all for me for now, and I'll see you again next time. Oh, before I go, there's one more thing I wanted to mention. Have you joined my free Facebook group? It's called Flower Start World, and I'll leave a link to it in the description underneath this video. It's a great place to share your thrifted finds of all things flower arranging, and that's the place to ask a question if you've got any queries about the flower arranging project you're creating at home at the moment. That's all for me for now, and I'll see you again next time.